Howdy friends, and welcome back to Toy Box Nostalgia. I'm Douglas, and in this video we are going to be unboxing and reviewing and taking a super duper close look at the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection, Man-E-Faces. This is fantastic. I had the original Man-E-Faces as a kid, and I remember him kind of looking just like that, actually. Maybe some more red. Definitely the button on the top, I think, was red. He's called Man-E-Faces because he has many faces. He has three, I believe. There's a monster, there's a robot, and then there was a regular face, and they all looked really rad. Wait until you see these. I'm pretty sure this is not going to disappoint you. Speaking of which, if you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you'd love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It truly helps out the channel. If you're a fan of Man-E-Faces, if you're a fan of the cartoon collection, or if you're just a fan of Toy Box Nostalgia, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love you so much forever for it. And drop a comment below letting me know what you think of this beautiful, crazy looking action figure. Looks like he's straight out of the cartoon to me. I love it. I can't, let's just do it. Let's just dive right in. Okay, so here he is, my friends, in the full packaging. As we see, this packaging is absolutely glorious. We have that ultra vibrant hologram logo at the top left for She-Ra in the Masters of the Universe, the 40th anniversary. I truly don't know how they make packaging like this, where they have super high gloss, as you see right there, He-Man the Masters of the Universe. Then we have like a semi-gloss, and then we have hologram, all part of the cardboard. Speaking of the cardboard, we do have, this is an unpunched cardboard, so we get to see the artwork behind it in its full glory, sort of. So we have Hordak in the sky, looking very devious, right? The sky's also on fire, and there's a bunch of bats. They look like they're seemingly coming towards Castle Grayskull, and then we have Castle Grayskull underneath it, and we could see a lot of glowing light, a lot of glowing yellow there, even in the eyes of Castle Grayskull, signifying that something is on fire. If it's not the castle, it's everything else. The action figure looks great in the bubble. Here's the straight shot right here. Here's the top shot. Try not to get too much glare. Here's the side shot. There's a side shot here. Take a look at the bottom. You can see his feet and some writing on his feet. We do see a comic book that says Slime Lord, Part 2 of Horde Invasion. The only other thing on this packaging is down here at the bottom right. We do have a Mattel logo, but that's it. Flipping over to the back, we can see this absolutely beautiful artwork, and thankfully this card is unpunched because it does continue, so we see right there. We could see Man-E-Faces in his monster form attacking a bunch of people, and it's weird to see this, to see a monster attacking people, but this is a very beautiful painting. If you look closely, take a look at those trees right there. Look at these trees. Don't they look like they're directly from Etheria or Eternia? And then we have what looks like Zora in the sky, and the sky is pink and blue. Very cool. Absolutely 80s looking to me. Like, this just looks like it came from the 1980s. Absolutely awesome. Says includes comic book. Here down the center we have modernizing and celebrating the original 1980s He-Man and the Masters of the Universe animated series. Then we have three action shots here. We have he's human. Turn, he's a robot. And turn again, he's a monster. Here's our cross sale here. I believe I'm just waiting for Hordak and Triclops now. And here's the barcode in case you need it. Mattel, empowering generations through play. I absolutely love that, and I gotta call that out every single time. Let's just get this out of the packaging, my friends. Okay, wow, that was easy. This is getting so much easier. Take a look at the action figure in the bubble. Right, look at that face. That's the monster face. Comes with that face by default. Look at that torso. It's huge. This whole piece, this helmet piece is huge. We'll take a look at details here in a second, but isn't this kind of odd? He doesn't come with his gun, which is a little bit weird. It was, I think it was orange or maybe this color, the one that I had. It looked very futuristic. The Masterverse version came with that gun. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, just this him and his bubble. We do have what looks like 4 plastic bands. And we also get this comic book, and we get this really nice bookmark, which is the instructions. So yeah, this is everything that's in the package. Let's now go ahead and get Man-E-Faces out of the bubble, my friends. Okay, so here he is, my friends, out of the packaging. Very easy to get out. All we had was 4 bands and no accessories. He doesn't come with a single accessory. This is the position he was in the bubble. Let's just go ahead and just stand him up so we could take a very, very close look at the action figure details, my friends. Let's start with this face. This is the monster face. It's green, has giant red eyes, and has small white fangs. He does not have a nose, but he has what looks like a, part of a nose, like maybe the tip was cut off, and you can see the two nostrils going directly to his brain. I'm going to turn this, and we're going to see the human face, as we see right there. This is a really nice looking face. All of these faces look amazing so far. The next one is the robot. So how did you find my robot heart? We have this really nice purple color, like on the sides of the cheeks there, and the robot is like a flat gray. That would be a really nice color to use for the, or maybe it has a little bit too much blue in it. I don't know. I'm really hoping that whenever they make the Horde Troopers from this cartoon collection, that they make them flat finish and not shiny. Like, see, this plastic right here is shiny. I wish it weren't. Just because it's much easier to take toy photography and not have shininess on it. It doesn't look like it's from a cartoon when there's shininess on it. Especially an 80s cartoon is what I mean to say. Anyways, yeah, so those are the three faces. We have the monster, we have the human, and then we turn and we have the robot. And I'm just turning this piece right here. This is the piece I'm turning here on the top. And then moving down to the chest, it looks like this armor is not part of the sculpt. Very cool. And neither is the helmet, it looks like, too. That's surprising. When I was a kid, all of this was kind of like one piece. But we have some red tubes and what looks like maybe some sort of breathing mechanism or something with a pump. Maybe these are like pumps or something. I honestly don't remember from the cartoon. But it looks like this is where we take it apart right here. The torso looks like it's a basic He-Man torso from the cartoon collection. And then we have the blue here coming down the arms, just like in the show. And he also has this this bracer right here that goes all the way up to his elbow, essentially, that's also blue. And that's just like a solid blue. Like, it looks like it was cast in regular blue, shiny plastic, just like this piece up here. On the back of the torso, we have 2023 Mattel, made in Vietnam. Very cool. So the tube coloring here, and whatever these are right here, I don't know why I want to keep calling them pumps. It looks like you could just like pump them down or something. This is all kind of like soft, right? It's very soft. Even this part right here, you can see it's like, I can like bend it down. It's very soft. This is a hard plastic. The knob part of the top's a hard plastic, and actually everything else is. Nothing else is soft, I don't think. Moving down to the waist, he does have a red belt that matches these tubes and these pumps up here on the torso. And then he doesn't have a loincloth. He just has like what looks like wrestler pants on, and they are the same shiny blue as pretty much everything else. Like, all of the blue matches perfectly. Looks like it's all the same paint color. Okay, moving down, his boots are very, very large and go all the way up to the top of his thighs. Unless these are the boots here, and then this is just extra armor, maybe that's what that is. But I can't unsee these being just very large boots. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry if I messed it up for someone else. But anyways, the boots look great. They really remind me of the boots from the original, but I think there was more red somewhere on there. It's been like so many years since I had that action figure, but it's still very cool. I mean, I love this. I didn't think that I would be into the Origins line because I love toy photography, which means I love articulation, and these kind of lack articulation when you compare them to, say, the Masterverse collection, right? But anyways, I don't know, it's not that bad. There's a hinge right here, and I can see the blue paint. So not the blue paint, but the blue plastic. So it looks like this is all blue, and they painted on the skin color. Yeah, you can kind of see that right there, where there's like a blemish, where like there was overspray onto the blue. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's you're not going to see it, and you can always Photoshop that kind of stuff out. It's no one's fault. It's just the way that they're manufactured, right? The shoes look great. There's no grip on the shoes. They are flat. So there's two parts here that are flat. The shoe piece, this piece you see right here, kind of looks like a low-top shoe, right? It does. Very neat. And then we have this part inside the boot right here. That's also flat. You can kind of see that. They kind of match. And everything else is just super glossy. You know, the body of the action figure is matte finish. And this paint, the skin tone here is absolutely matte, like flat finish. So it's very soft and it won't reflect too much light. The hands are the same. Looks like the hands are both like gripping hands, though he comes with no accessories. So I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of cool if he came with different hands, like this hand from He-Man, the slapping hand, or maybe a fist, right? Can he at least use his fist since he doesn't have his gun? You know, he's gonna punch someone, right? Anyways, yeah, so that's all the details. Again, all you get is just one action figure. You don't get accessories with this, which is, you know, it's kind of a bummer, but what can you do about it? Let's take a look at the instructions, my friends. So we have remove and swap parts and removable parts. Looks like we can remove this whole apparatus and helmet piece. We can remove the arms and the shoulders. Looks like we can, in fact, remove the head. That's interesting. Can't wait to see how that works. And then moving down to the wrists, we can take the hands off. There's probably the Masters of the Universe origin style pegs. And then you could break the action figure in half at the waist right there and remove the boots, you know, the whole shin and foot area. And that just says Mattel. Yeah, you got to read the instructions. Here is the new comic book. I don't think that we've seen this comic book here yet on the channel. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to bring this up close in case you want to pause this and read this. Yeah, so Grizzlor's going to look fantastic. If this is an imp, like I can't wait to get the rest of all of the evil horde. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so cool. Very cool. All right. Holy cow, my friends. My friends, this is beautiful. This is my favorite mini comic I've seen so far. Isn't that a Horde Wraith right there? Wow. That's so rad. Look at Triclops was slimed. So we have Leech. You know, obviously we have Leech coming. Mosquitoer, is he coming? And then, you know, that's obviously not the Modulok that we got because we didn't get the one that looked like from the cartoon. I think we just got the Origins version so far. Actually super recent. So I'm hoping that he does come to the cartoon collection. That'd be really cool. And then we have the slime pit, my friends. Look at that slime pit. I truly hope that Mattel makes us another slime pit that looks just like this, just like the original. Everybody wants that, you know? Oh my god, the slime pit was so cool. Yeah, so this is the Horde Wraith. Like, this is awesome. I have to say the artist is absolutely fantastic that drew this. Is this like a signature? Is this the person, the artist that did this? I don't know. There's no credits in it. That's why I'm just asking. On the back, we have a cross sale. We have the Cartoon Collection logo at the top, and then we have Many-Faces, Hordak, and Triclops. Very cool. All right. So now, let's move on to articulation. My friends, we've already seen this piece articulate right here. The rest is going to be typical Masters of the Universe origin style of articulation. So you're going to have the shoulder here on a peg, and we do have a massive hinge, you could see right there, and the arm comes out, and as you see right there, the peg hole points down towards the pelvis. Very cool. So you can, in fact, get 360 degrees and moving in and out. You do not have a bicep cut, so you can't get that, you know, extra motion there. But moving down to the elbow, we do. It is on a peg that doesn't remove, I don't think, unless you heat it up. And then we have a huge hinge right here. We could see that blue inside there. So we can swivel 360 and we can move in and out. Moving down to the wrist, the hinge is in fact in the palm for both of these hands. So yeah, they're both exactly the same, just mirrored. And they are Masters of the Universe origin style peg, as you see right there. Moving down to the torso, we do not have an ab crunch, but we can in fact spin at the waist, and the waist comes apart. And as you see right there, it's typical Masters of the Universe origin style peg. Super cool. Moving down to the pelvis, we do see that we do have that barbell style joint right there with those 2 ball joints on the ends, so you get a wide range of articulation. Yeah, it's actually quite nice to see like a vintage looking, you know, Masters of the Universe action figure do stuff like this. Very cool. And yeah, when we were kids, they could do that also, but it was just kind of goofy the way they were shaped, and there was like rubber inside there. Moving down to the knee, we spin at the knee. It's definitely on a peg, but there's also a hinge. You can see the hinge right there. The peg does not come out, and the movement of the knee, you could get fully straight. You know, you're not going to get broken composition here. Even if you could, this piece right here is kind of like hitting into that armor, so it couldn't go any further. That's kind of where it stops. Maybe if you turn this way, yeah, you can see you get a little more of that when you turn it to the side there. Moving down to the foot, we do have a hinge at the foot, and we also have the rocker. This rocker, you can actually see the foot separation. I noticed it whenever we were taking a look at the details. You see right there? You can see that foot separation, that little gap there, which you will never see in photographs, I promise you, because it's so small, and everything's the same color back here, you know? They probably did that on purpose. Everything else on the other half is the same. So let's go ahead and try to take this off, like the instructions said, to take a look at that head right there. There we go. So that's how that works. I wonder if the original looked like that. You know, I never took my original apart because that would mean that it was broken. Oh, okay. I see now. So if we look down inside there, you see that square notch right there? That's where the peg goes into, so that you can turn the faces. This is very soft. Like I said before, this whole piece right here is soft, except this is hard plastic, and so is this. Kind of looks like a fire pit or something. I don't know, it's still kind of cool. I'm loving the colors. This is more like a magenta red. It's not really like a deep blood red or anything like that, or orange red. It's actually, yeah, it's probably magenta, but everything matches. So let's see if the head comes off. Oh, it does. Yeah, so we have the Masters of the Universe ball joint here at the neck, and we do get some joystick movement there. We could go in 360 degrees, and you can move back and forth or this way. Very cool. Yeah, looking inside there, you can see number 2. I don't know why there's a number 2 inside there, but this gives us a really nice look at the faces. So we'll take a look at the robot face, the human face, and finally the monster face. Very cool. Yeah, so you could see this would fit in that notch we just looked at inside of the fire pit here. But that's cool, you know, that's crazy how they implemented this, and as a kid I never thought about really like how it worked. But yeah, so as far as the head goes, you're not going to probably get much movement if you keep it inside of this, just because this peg needs to go into that notch. So, and this can't articulate, like this doesn't move, unfortunately. So I think the only way to get many faces to look down or up is, unfortunately, it's going to be, you know, taking this whole blue piece off right here. We could look at the articulation this way if you want to. It doesn't really matter much because I don't know who's going to put many faces on display like this, though it does kind of look cool. Actually looks really cool. Well, yeah, I'm loving it. I think this is my favorite of the 3, just because of the green. The yellowish green looks awesome. But yeah, so we get a good amount of tilt there, as we see. And we do have that joystick movement, so we can cock the head. Can look down really well and look up really well also. It's surprising. And obviously spin 360 degrees. Okay, so that was a pain in the butt. The easiest method I found, it was just put this piece on first with this knot on, and turn this knob until his head starts to turn as you're forcing this down, and then once his head starts to turn, press really hard down. And the peg on the top of his head goes up into the notch. And then we could just close this off right here by just closing the gap. Boom, just like that. Very cool. So that is the articulation. Those are all the details. We went through the comic book and the packaging and the instructions. And I have to say, my only gripe is that I wish he came with his gun, but that's okay. We got the gun from the other action figures, and maybe he didn't wield the gun in the cartoon. I honestly don't remember. It's been so long. I do have the show on DVD, I just have to get around to watching it, and I do have a Christmas break coming up, and I fully plan on watching a lot of vintage and retro stuff to get some inspiration or maybe some motivation to do more toy photography. But anyways, this has been the Toy Box Nostalgia unboxing and review and super duper close look. The absolute brand new 2024 Mattel He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Man-E-Faces, which is the heroic human, robot, and monster in one. Very cool. I'm super duper happy with this action figure. There's no way this isn't going to look fantastic on the shelf with the rest of the heroic warriors from the cartoon collection. Like, this is going to be fantastic. It's perfect. Actually, it adds a lot of blue, which is neat. But I would love to know what you all think, so please drop a comment below letting me know what you think of the Man-E-Faces cartoon collection action figure. Do you have this action figure? If you do, have you taken any toy photographs of it? If you have, I'd love to see them. Drop me your Instagram handles and I'll definitely give a follow and check it out. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, my friend. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week, and remember, collect and shoot.